Hey guys, it's Michelle with Marshtown TV today. This is a follow-up from the segment I did just a few minutes ago with Don Baird about the FOP car show coming up, but more importantly, the proceeds from the car show, where they go and who they help. I am so tickled to have with me Miss Hallman. She is a third grade teacher at Hillcrest School, and she has seen firsthand the difference that the Cops and Kids program does. Well, let's go ahead and talk. Well, first off, thank you so much for coming in and talking to me.
Thank you very much.
Well, I am honored. And I talk to Dawn every year about this, but I think it's so neat to get the perspective of a teacher who is involved. So let's start, if we may. How do you determine what children get involved with this? How does that work?
Well, I look at, this whole community has a great need. Mm-hmm. Yes. And our kids at Hillcrest are very blessed with everybody around them that loves them. And they also have some factors that we want to show them that our law enforcement in our community are our friends. Yes. We look at different things. We, of course, look at need. We look at just if we have a child that needs a little extra boost, maybe like not really a mentor program, but just something to build them up.
A little extra attention and affection, maybe.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So we look at all those factors, and as I've been blessed to have, last year, 2 of our children in 3rd grade got to go, and it was a brother and a sister. Mm-hmm. And they were so happy when I shared with them. Of course, we got permission first from the parent, and I shared with them that they were going to get to go, and they were like, oh, you mean I get to go and I get to shop? And I was like, yes, you do. And, of course, Dawn and the FOP is awesome to work with, and we're so thankful for this program. One thing that very much surprises people when I share this with them, they don't always shop for themselves. They'll shop for a sibling, they'll shop for mom, grandmother, dad. Most likely, they shop for other people, not just themselves. So these kids are very special, and they just love that time. When you walk into Walmart and you see these kids lining it up with a cop and the buggy, and they're just tickled to death.
But I often wonder who has the bigger smile on their face. Is it the kids? Because I know these officers, and I know city and county and some of the correction officers, they all participate. Mm-hmm. And if you see them or you see photos of them, I think they're grinning just as much. I think they have a good time too, don't you?
Oh, they do. And seeing them go through the toy aisle, mm-hmm. I think those big kids enjoy it. They say, oh, I'd like this, and oh, well, what about this item? And they do. They enjoy it.
Well, I think you touched on a really important part. I think a lot of times that there are children, and because I work in the court system, that's my real job. I do this for fun. But a lot of times mom, dad, grandparents, they get put in jail. Yes. And children see that the officers, they're the bad guys. They took mama to jail. They took daddy to jail. And it is so important that children understand that police officers, like you said, they are the good guys. They are your friends. If you have problems, if you need help, if you're lost, that's who you need to look for. So I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yes, I'm a firm believer in that. Whether it be our school SRO, being an officer downtown, an officer in Walmart, they know that that's someone they can trust.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And again, there's such an ugly stigma. Thank heavens not locally, but across the country but that's a whole nother segment. We could talk hours about that.
Yes,
well, let's wrap it up. But before we do, can you tell me something that maybe the kids have said after they've come back to you talking about this experience?
Probably 2 years ago, I had a little boy, and he come back to me on that next day, and he thanked me for nominating him or picking him. And then he said, you know what, I felt like I was very important. And, of course, I tear up, and I'm like, you are very important. And then he did a thank you note. And so that's something that we at Hillcrest, we do try to do, is follow up with a thank you note for the FOP or or whatever, because we do appreciate them.
Well, and that's going to be something that these kids, whether they go, several years in a row or they go one time, they're going to hold that for the rest of their life. So yay to Don and all the members of the FOP, and also to all of you educators that jump on board for this, going above and beyond as you always do for your students. You talked about being blessed. I think your students are blessed to have you. I just met you, and I can tell you're a wonderful young lady. Guys, thank you so much for staying tuned to Channel 7 Morristown TV today. When you tune in with us, you find out about really cool and, more importantly, really important things happening right here in our hometown. Stay tuned, and we will see you next time.